சொல்லி சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா? So even the diamond can be machined by using diamond as abrasives. So have you ever seen glass எப்படி கட் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு ஏதாவது ஐடியா இருக்காங்களாப்பா? So have you got any idea about cutting the glass எதை வச்சு கட் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னு தெரியுமாப்பா? Anyone? Anybody else? ராஜா கேக்குதா? ஹலோ, ஆடிபிள்? ஆமா, கிளாஸ் இப்ப கட் பண்ணுவாங்க இல்லையாப்பா? கிளாஸ் எது மூலமா கட் பண்ணுவாங்கப்பா?
டைமண்ட் சார்.
கட்டிங் டூல்ல அந்த டிப் எட்ஜஸ்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா we have a diamond. Okay, so the diamond is considered as one of the most abrasive material. Okay, so the diamond can be machined by using diamond as abrasives. Okay, so in this process, in the abrasive jet machining, there is no formation of heat. Okay, so if there is no formation of heat, we can avoid the thermal damage of the workpiece. Okay, and also the very thin and brittle materials can be cut without any risk of breaking. Okay, very thin and brittle materials can be cut without any risk of breaking. And also, as I said earlier, there is no direct contact between the tool and the workpiece. And however, we have very low investment cost. What do you mean by this investment cost? Very low initial investment. What do you mean by this low initial investment? Anyone? சொல்லுங்கப்பா. Anyone? Okay, the initial investment cost இல்லையா? Initial investment அதாவது முதலீடு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, so and from this abrasive jet machining we can obtain a good surface finish, and also it can be used to cut intricate hole shape. What do you mean by this intricate? Intricate na enappa? Having many complex interrelating parts. Okay, having any complex interrelating parts. So adha cut பண்றதுக்கெல்லாம் this abrasive jet machining is most widely used. Okay, so regarding the disadvantages, the material removal rate is very, very slow, and also the soft materials cannot be machined. So what are the soft materials? What are the soft materials? Plastic, foam, and other materials are the soft materials. Okay, and however the machining accuracy is also poor, and the nozzle wear rate. So in this case we are using the nozzle, and so that the nozzle wear rate is very, very high. Okay, so regarding this abrasive powder, once we use this abrasive powder, it cannot be reused. Okay, so it is for one time purpose only, and also there is always a danger of abrasive particles getting embedded in the workpiece. So once the process is done, the cleaning is an essential parameter after the operation. So we have to clean the workpiece, and also it requires some kind of dust collection system. Okay, through this the abrasive particles will be spread out different areas, and so that the dust collecting system has to be arranged. And mainly the application of abrasive jet machines is widely used for machining hard and brittle materials like quartz, ceramic, glass, and sapphire. Okay, and it is mainly used in fine drilling, where we require any fine drilling and micro welding. This abrasive jet machining is mostly used, and also it is applied in machining of semiconductors. What do you mean by semiconductors? Semiconductors na enappa?
Partially conduct electricities.
Partially conducting materials. Okay, so what are the materials?
Graphite.
Graphite சொல்லலாம். Okay,
silicon.
Silicon. Okay, So also the machining of intricate profiles. Intricate na vera eduvume illappa. The meaning of intricate is having a complex geometry or complex parts. Okay, it is romba difficult on a part. Okay, so that is the machining of intricate profiles on hard and brittle materials. Cleaning and polishing of plastics, nylons and teflons components. Okay. So regarding the various characteristics of abrasive jet machining, we have the workpiece such as hard and brittle materials like glass, quartz, ceramics and mica, etc. Work material. So various types of abrasives. What are the abrasives we can use means we can use aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, glass powder and dolomite. Okay. So what about the size of the abrasive? We can use the abrasive size of around 25 micrometer. Okay, and the flow rate of the abrasive should be maintained at the rate of 2 to 20 gram per minute. And in this abrasive jet machining, we are going to use the glass. We are going gas. Okay, what are the gases we are using? Nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and air. So the velocity of the air has to be maintained at a velocity of 125 to 300 meter per second, and the pressure is around 2 to 8 kg per centimeter square. So the nozzle material is found to be the tungsten carbide or synthetic sapphire. Okay, the life of the nozzle. Okay, the life of the nozzle material is the tungsten carbide, and we can expect 12 to 20 hours. Okay, sapphire 300 hours. And the nozzle tip clearance is we have to maintain the minimum distance of 0.25 to 15 mm, and also with the clearance of plus or minus 0.05 mm. And what are the various operations we can expect from the abrasive jet machining means we can expect a drilling, cutting, deburring, cleaning, etc. Okay, so till this we have completed the abrasive jet machining. So if people having any doubt in this abrasive jet machining, please let me know, or we can move on to the next topic. Any doubt in this?
சார் அப்ராசிவ் பவுடர் எதுக்கு சார் போடுறாங்க?
அப்ரசிவ் பவுடர் எதுக்குன்னா இட் இஸ் யூஸ்ட் டு கட். அது வந்து எந்த மாதிரினா இப்ப கல் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அது வந்து ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு தேய்மானம் மாதிரி வரும்பா. எப்படி எந்த மாதிரி சொல்றது, ஹோனிங் ப்ராசஸ் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா?
ஆமா சார். ஹோனிங் ப்ராசஸ்க்கு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா ஒரு டூல் மாதிரி இருக்கு, நீளமா ஒரு டூல் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, ஸோ அதுல வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அந்த டூல் இஸ் மேட் அப் ஆஃப் சம் அப்ரசிவ்ஸ். ஓகே, கிரைண்டிங் வீல் பாக்குறோம் இல்லையா, நம்ம சிம்பிளா கிரைண்டிங் வீல் பார்த்திருப்போம். ஹவ் இந்த கிரைண்டிங் வீல் என்ன மெட்டீரியல்ஸ்ல மேக் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க? இட் இஸ் மேட் அப் ஆஃப் அப்ரசிவ் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ். Okay, so that is why it is used to remove the workpiece material. Okay sir. Okay, any more doubt in this? No sir. வேற யாருக்கும் ஏதாவது டவுட் இருக்காப்பா? ஆர் we can move on to the next topic. இதுவரைக்கும் இதுல டவுட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா தயவு செஞ்சு கேளுங்க, I can able to explain it. No doubt? Okay. So next we are moving on to the next topic called the water jet machining. Okay, the water jet machining is also called as the water jet cutting, so which is also considered as a non-traditional machining process in which the high velocity of water is used to remove the material. So instead of this abrasive particles, we are using high velocity of water. Okay, so you might have seen many YouTube videos of cutting the material through the water jet machining. Okay, so this water jet machining can be used to cut the softer materials like plastic, rubber or wood. So I am putting out a small video so that you can see this and have a clear idea on this water jet machining. So whether you can able to see the video? So have you all able to see the video?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
So here we are going to cut the aluminum material which is 3-inch thickness. Okay, see this is the thickness of the aluminum. We are going to cut by means of this water jet. Okay. See here, the thickness of the aluminum is very, very high, which is considered as 3-inch thickness. See, it is cut in different shapes. Here, unlike the abrasive jet machining, here we are not using any vibrator or abrasives. Here we are using only the water. Okay. Okay, so it is cut into the required shape. Okay. So this is the typical water jet machining. So I think you have got a clear idea in this water jet machining. Am I correct? Okay. So this is the experimental setup of this water jet machining. Okay. So in this we are using the fluid supply. Okay, from which the water is stored, and by means of a pump we are pumping the water to the accumulator. What is the function of this accumulator? The accumulator stores water, okay, which is at high pressure, okay, and then it controls by a valve, okay, and we are using the special sapphire nozzle for spraying the water. Okay, so this is the typical water jet machining. Here, what can we see? This the mixture of the water. We are using the water alone for the operation. Okay, so the main principle behind this water jet machining is when the high velocity of water comes out from the nozzle and it is striking the material at a high velocity. Okay, so when it strikes the material, the kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy, and which includes or which generates the high stress in the work material. Okay, so when this is induced on the stress, and the ultimate shear stress of the material will be formed, and there is a small chips of the materials getting loosened and flesh surface is exposed. Okay, so we are using the high velocity jet of water that is coming out from the nozzle. Okay, so here we are using an intensifier which is used to pressurize the water. Okay, to raise the pressure. So what is the normal pressure we have to obtain? So in order to from the intensifier, the pressure is ranging at a range. The pressure is maintained at a range of 1,500 to 4,000 Newton per mm square. So that much pressure we have to obtain here. Okay. And what is the function of this accumulator? This accumulator is used to store the water from the pump. Okay. This controller is used to distribute the amount of water that is needed for the sapphire nozzle. Okay. Understood? So what is the function of nozzle? So the nozzle is used to increase the velocity of the water jet. Okay. And what is the material? What is the material that is made up of nozzle? Nozzle material enadhupa? It is made up of tungsten carbide, okay, or sapphire, synthetic sapphire abdimang. Okay. So the diameter of the nozzle will be ranging from 0.05 to 0.35 mm. So what is the average velocity we have to maintain? Average velocity we have to maintain around 920 meter per second. Okay, 920 meter per second. So that is the velocity. Okay. Have you understood? Whether you people are here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ஒரு அடக்கம் இல்லை, ஒரு சத்தம் இல்லை.
இருக்கீங்களா இல்லையான்னு தெரியல. 59. Okay. So till that are you clear?
Yes, sir.
இதோட ஒர்க்கிங் பிரின்சிபல் புரிஞ்சுலாப்பா? புரிஞ்சுதா?
Sir.
Okay. Now we are going to see the process parameters of the water jet machining. So in the abrasive jet machining, we have seen the 6 parameters. So here we are going to see about the 3 parameters. What are they? The material removal rate, geometry and the surface finish of work material, and the wear rate of the nozzle. So it is classified into 3 groups. One is the material removal rate, that is MRR. It is short form line material removal rate. It is short form line MRR. Okay. And geometry and the surface finish of work material and the wear rate of the nozzle. Okay. So regarding this material removal rate, the material removal rate is directly proportional to the reactive force. So that is MRR is directly proportional to F. Okay. So what is F? Mass into velocity. So we can relate the term, that is material removal rate is directly proportional to mass into velocity. What is the velocity? The velocity that is coming out at a high pressure. High velocity. What is the velocity? That is 920 meter per second. Okay. And however, the mass flow rate of the nozzle depends on the nozzle diameter. So suppose if the diameter of the nozzle is very, very high, what about the velocity? Velocity என்ன இருக்கும்பா? If the nozzle diameter is very, very high, what about the mass flow rate? Any idea? The mass flow rate will be increases. Yeah. So in order to maintain the proper mass flow rate, we have to maintain the nozzle diameter at the correct ratio and the fluid pressure. So the jet velocity, the velocity depends on the fluid pressure. So we can relate it that is MRR is directly proportional to diameter of the nozzle and it is directly proportional to the pressure, fluid pressure. And here also we are introducing a small term called the standoff distance. So we can expect 2 more questions from this. What do you mean by the standoff distance? So we can write it as the standoff distance is the distance between the nozzle tip and the surface of the material that is being to be machined. Okay. So the standard distance is the distance between the nozzle tip and the surface of the material that is going to be machined. Okay. So as per this standard distance, it is concluded that when MRR increases, that is the material removal rate increases, the SOD also increases up to a certain limit. After that, it remains unchanged for a certain tip distances and then falls gradually. So from the graph, or we can relate with this graph. So the standoff distance, when the MRR material removal rate increases, the standoff distance also increases to a particular limit and it is stable for some time based on the tip clearance ratio and then it falls gradually. Okay. So this is the material removal rate process parameters. And regarding this geometry and surface finish of work material, we have the following parameters. So the geometry and surface finish of the work material is mainly depends on the following properties. What are the properties? That is the nozzle design, jet velocity, cutting speed, depth of cut, process of the material to be machined. Okay. So the nozzle design, jet velocity, cutting speed, depth of cut, and properties of the materials to be machined. So regarding the third one is the wear rate. What do you mean by the wear rate of the nozzle? What do you mean by wear rate? Wear rate na What do you mean by wear? Wear rate? Any idea? Wear rate na Hello? Hello. So am I in the Google Classroom?
Yes, sir.
Hey, சொல்லுங்கடா.
தேய்மானம் சார்.
தேய்மானம்.
அது சொல்ல வேண்டியதுதானே. Okay, have you understood?
Sir.
Okay. Now, wear rateங்கிறது தேய்மானம். Okay, so the nozzle ஓட தேய்மானம் எதை பொறுத்து இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா it depends on the four parameters. One is the hardness of the nozzle material, the pressure of the jet, velocity of the jet, and the nozzle design. So these parameters are responsible for the wear rate of the nozzle. Okay, so in today's so the advantages of this water jet machining. So what are the advantages we can expect? Since we can use water, it is cheaply available, and we can transform the energy, and it is non-toxic, and it is easy to disperse. Okay, we have a low operating cost, and the maintenance cost is very, very low, and the work area remains clean and dust free. Okay, by using water we can eliminate the dust that is floating out from the machining operations. Okay, so very small amount of heat is generated during cutting operations, and there is no thermal damage to the work. So since we are using water as the main source, so there is no formation of heat during this machining operations, and this process can be easily automated. Okay, so in this disadvantages we can see that the initial cost of this process is also very high, like the abrasive jet machining, and the difficult machined hard material is very, very difficult to process. Okay, and the process is somewhat noise operations. Why it is very noisy? Since we are using the velocity. Okay, since we are having the velocity of water at what velocity, that is 920 meter per second. Okay, so that much velocity is we are using, and that is why we are getting very much noise in that. So in this, it is used to cut the soft materials and the non-metallic materials like the paperboard, plastic, wood, rubber, lathe, leather, fiberglass, etc. So these are the various geometries or the various parts that can be machined by using this water jet machining. So I think you can able to see this parts. So can you all able to see the picture, the right hand side picture? So have you all able to see the picture on the right hand side?
Yes, sir.
So the various complex geometries. Okay, so the various complex geometries that can be machined using this water jet machining process is displayed here. Okay. புரிஞ்சுதா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
யாருமே வாயை திறக்க மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the next case, we are going to use both the abrasive water jet machining. Okay. So we are going to use the abrasives as well as the water for machining the process. Okay. So we are using the water from the water treatment plant, and it is pumped at a pressure of 400 megapascal. Okay, and it enters into the cutting nozzle. Okay, so here a small provisions is provided on the right hand side, which is used to supply the abrasives. Okay, so both the abrasives and the high velocity of water will be entering into the nozzle. Okay, and we have that is called as the abrasive water jet. So it is the tool is called as the abrasive water jet, and the workpiece is held on the table and it can be machined. So that process is called as the abrasive water jet machining. Okay, so regarding this abrasive water jet machining, we have both the characteristics, that is the combination of abrasives and the water jet machining. Okay, so the materials such as hard and soft materials, paperboard, wood, plastics, and rubber can be easily machined, and the water as well as abrasives can be used as a tool. Okay, so the additives we can use for the glycerin and polyethylene oxide, and the pressure we are obtaining at 100 to 1000 megapascal, and the mass flow rate is 8 liter per minute. So the power required for this machining process is 45 kilowatt. Okay, so the MRR is displayed here, that is 0.6 millimeter cube per second, and the feed rate is we can remove up to 4 mm per second. And the nozzle materials is also, as I discussed earlier, it is made up of tungsten carbide and synthetic sapphire. And the standoff distance, that is the minimum distance, that is 2 to 15 mm. Okay, so this is the difference. So this is the characteristics of abrasive water jet machining. And now you can see the difference between the water jet machining as well as this abrasive water jet machining. Okay, so in this water jet machining, a high velocity, yes.
சரி, இதுல எப்படி சார் இருக்கும் வெலாசிட்டி? வாட்டரோட வெலாசிட்டி அதே வெலாசிட்டி தானா இல்ல கம்மியா
அதிகமா இருக்கும்? இல்ல, இதுல வந்து வாட்டரோட வெலாசிட்டி அதிகமா தேவைப்படாது. ஏன்னா since we are using abrasives.
ஓகே.
abrasives நமக்கு இங்க வரும்போது வாட்டரோட வெலாசிட்டி வந்து ரொம்ப தேவைப்படாது, மினிமமா தேவைப்படும்.
ஓகே.
Okay. See here, a high velocity jet of pure water is used to erode the material. Okay, in this abrasive water jet machining we can use a high velocity jet of water abrasive mixture. Okay, both the combination of water as well as the abrasive mixture is used for removing the workpiece or remove the material. Okay, so the material removal from the workpiece takes place only due to erosive action of the water jet. Here in the abrasive water jet machining, we can see the material removal is done by the abrasives as well as the water. Okay, here in this abrasive water jet machining there is no mixing chamber. Okay, the abrasives and the water is not mixed for the operation. Here a separate mixing chamber is focused or is required for mixing the abrasives with the pressurized water. And see here, the jet of water does not possess high power. So here the abrasive water jet machining, it requires power to slice a thickness up to 10 mm. Okay, and it is free from abrasive risk of abrasives. So we are not using any abrasives in the water jet machining. So we can embedment on the finished surface is expected. So here, since we are using this abrasive particles, so there is a small deformations that is available on the workpiece material. So the water jet machining can be employed in food industries for slicing food items like frozen meat, fish, etc. And this presence of abrasive particles make in abrasive water abrasive jet machining process is included in unhygienic for application in food industries. Okay, so these are the major differences and the most frequently asked questions in the end semester examinations. Okay, so please make a note of it. In the meanwhile, I will be posting this PPT in the Google Classroom. Okay, you can go through it. Okay, so in the next class we can see about this ultrasonic machining. Okay, so till this I am stopping by today. So if you are having any doubt, you can ask me now.
Sir, conventional machine விட ஃபாஸ்டா இருக்குமா சார்?
காஸ்ட் அதிகம் தான்ப்பா, காஸ்ட் அதிகம் தான். Okay, so you tell me your attendance. You tell me your attendance.